Who? Who killed my uncle?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest plot twists on teen dramas.
How long have you known?
Nancy Drew strikes again.
So I guess that means it's all over now. That we can all grow up and move on.
For this list, we'll be looking at those television moments that made our jaws drop. Since we're focusing on plot twists today, watch out for some huge spoilers. Stay tuned and let us know if we missed your favorite twists in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
To clamber up and taste our desire. Want right now is not.
Number 10. Elena Gilbert falls under a sleeping spell. The Vampire Diaries.
And Elena got knocked out and she's not waking up. The doctors keep telling me there's nothing physically wrong with her. I don't know what to do about it.
Elena was at the heart and soul of the Vampire Diaries, as in she was literally the main character. So when she was suddenly put under a sleeping spell in the season 6 finale, a spell that could only be undone if Bonnie died, fans were surprised, to say the least.
Close your eyes. And let her into your thoughts.
Turns out this unexpected twist had some reasoning behind it, and fans actually knew something was coming for a while, just not exactly what. Actress Nina Dobrev was ready to leave the show, so the writers wrote her off in the best way they thought possible. Luckily, Elena came back for the series finale, but that doesn't make this twist any less surprising.
Damon?
Elena.
What's going on?
Number 9. Clifford Blossom killed Jason. Riverdale.
Oh my god.
The entirety of the first season of Riverdale centers around one tantalizing question: who killed Jason Blossom?
Oh my God, Jason. He was shot.
The possible suspects abound. Was it Hal and Alice Cooper, who didn't want their daughter Polly dating Jason?
If he is dead, Hal, I hope in those last moments he suffered.
Was it F.P. Jones, with that letter jacket hanging in his closet? Was it Polly herself? All of these possibilities turned out to be wrong, and in a twisted, gothic turn of fate, Clifford Blossom, Jason's own father, was revealed as the killer.
Cheryl, what is it?
You did a bad thing, Daddy. And now everyone knows.
The question of why wouldn't be answered until later, but this twist was enough to keep us interested on the way.
A narrative quickly emerged.
That Jason Blossom learned about dear old Dad's drug running and threatened to expose the truth.
Number 8. Dominant Daddy is Nate Jacobs' dad. Euphoria.
You live in town?
No, I'm just visiting my grandparents.
Euphoria has stirred up much controversy, whether it's the drugs, the sex, or the glittered up teens at the center of it. But this moment takes the cake. We're introduced to Jules as she's about to meet up with a guy from a dating app, a user named Dominant Daddy.
I'm envious of your generation, you know.
They get physical, and then she quickly leaves while he's in the shower. Jules goes to a party where she's harassed by Jock Nate for being the new kid.
So who are you?
I'm just minding my own business. I'm not trying to start anything.
She gets the better of him in terrifying fashion, and he angrily leaves. At Nate's house, we see a familiar family portrait. Who should Nate's dad, Cal Jacobs, be? But Dominant Daddy himself.
Dad, I think McKay's gonna be just fine.
Just trying to help him keep a girl like her.
The moment sets up even more tension between Nate and Jules, and is shocking to boot. Number 7. Marissa Cooper's Death. The O.C.
Baby, I've been here before.
Welcome to The O.C., viewers. If you think The O.C. was the pinnacle of teen dramas, then Marissa Cooper and Ryan Atwood were teen drama royalty.
Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
For the first 3 seasons, fans watched and wildly awaited each subsequent episode as Marissa and Ryan's relationship evolved. But then, in one of the most shocking moves a TV show has ever made, Marissa was killed off at the end of season 3. Not only did she die, but she also died in ruthless fashion. A drunk driver ran Ryan's car off the road while they were both in it. Those last images of Ryan holding her as she gasps for breath will haunt us forever.
Okay, I'm gonna get help, okay?
Yeah, I gotta get help.
Number 6. Buffy Summer Dies. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Donnie, I have to.
Pro tip, if you're looking to shock your audience, kill off your main character. Works like a charm every time. Buffy had quite a few run-ins with death over the years, but in season 5, she meets her end in a heartbreaking twist of fate. Evil goddess Glory plans to use Dawn, Buffy's sister, to unleash the fiery pits of hell onto humankind. Once the portal is open, Dawn believes the only way to close it is to jump through it herself. But in a sacrificial move, Buffy jumps through the portal instead, sealing it off, saving her sister, and dying.
Dawn, listen to me. Listen. I love you. I will always love you. This is the work that I have to do.
Of course, Buffy comes back to life later on, but at the time, fans were flabbergasted.
You're back home. We're all okay now.
Number 5. Cassidy Beaver Casablancas did it. Veronica Mars.
It's a pretty serious accusation. What exactly do you think you know?
Towards the beginning of Veronica Mars, Cassidy Casablancas was just Dick's shy, awkward younger brother. But as the show progressed, his personal tragedies and trauma he inflicted on others became the subject of not one, but 2 giant revelations. Veronica finds out that, in an effort to keep the fact that Mayor Goodman mistreated him quiet, Cassidy planted the bomb that blew up the bus.
Peter and Marcos were going to spill. That's why they had to die.
But that's not all. She also finds out that Cassidy was the one who attacked her prior to the series beginning. Both of these revelations were incredibly horrific and took audiences by storm.
Nope. You wanted to prove you were a man.
Number 4. Samwell Garcia Dominguez faked his death. Elite.
¿Tuviste algo que ver con el asesinato de Marina?
The question of what happened to Samu was one of the biggest mysteries in this Spanish teen drama's 2nd season, and all of the clues pointed to the fact that Samwell was probably murdered. It was just a question of who. Was it a crime family? How about Carla's dad? Or maybe Guzman? The scenario teemed with possibilities. But fast forward to the season 2 finale, and audiences were shocked to learn that the transfer student wasn't dead at all.
A lo mejor debería desaparecer un tiempo.
He faked his own disappearance as part of an elaborate scheme to trap Carla into confessing and get Polo arrested for what he did. Dios mío.
Te he perdido a ti. A mí nunca me has tenido.
Number 3. What Dan Scott does to his brother Keith Scott. One Tree Hill.
He's gone, Danny. He's gone.
Buckle up, folks. This one scarred a bunch of 2000s kids for life. There was never any love lost between the Scott brothers, and Dan and Keith had plenty of altercations and disagreements over the years. Whether it was Dan leaving Karen to raise Lucas on her own, or the debacle where Dan blamed Keith for the dealership fire, something was always keeping these two apart. But Keith was always the more fan-beloved of the two, and that's what makes this twist so jarring. When there's a violent incident at Tree Hill High School, Dan takes advantage of the opportunity and shoots Keith in the chest, point blank.
Does this darkness have a name?
It was a tragic moment and completely unexpected. Seriously, we're still crying.
Your Uncle Keith, he tried to help Jimmy.
Number 2, Charlotte De Laurentiis, also known as Cece Drake, is A, Pretty Little Liars. Let's be honest, at one point or another, almost everyone was revealed as being A or A adjacent on Pretty Little Liars.
It's easier to forgive an enemy than it is to forgive a friend.
God, it's Mona.
There was Mona, there was Toby.
How long have you known?
There was even Allie herself. But when the true culprit behind all of the drama in Rosewood was revealed, it was definitely a shock to fans everywhere. Turns out Charlotte Cece Drake, Jason and Allie's adoptive sibling, was responsible for stalking and harassing the Pretty Little Liars gang.
Don't be so dramatic, Allie. Cece? They're not dead. Yet.
After so many red herrings, it was a relief to finally figure out who A was, and definitely a twist no one saw coming. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Clary Frey gives up her powers and memories to stop her brother Jonathan Morgenstern. Shadowhunters. She makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Clary? Clary? Clary, you're hurting me. You're hurting me.
Elizabeth Effie Stoneham's counselor fatally attacks Frederick Freddie McClare. Skins. This isn't how a psychiatric professional should deal with people.
We are essentially creatures of instinct. Passing whims are really our most profound moments. Can't let you have her, I'm afraid. She really does love you, you know.
Grace Bowman's dad has a secret child, the secret life of the American teenager, the secret life of Marshall Bowman.
Turns out that your dad came over here every year to do more than just help people.
What?
Grace, your dad had a girlfriend here. Apparently for quite some time.
Olivia and Ruben Ruby Martinez Jr. are shot on my block. A surefire way to ruin a quinceañera. James Tiberius J.T. York's death. Degrassi the Next Generation. This is not the birthday Liberty Van Zant wanted.
Oh, I get it. My car sucks. Ha ha. You guys slay me with your humor.
Yeah, mascot boy? Laugh at this.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Dan Humphrey is Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl.
From last night, right? I'm sorry about that.
You remember me? She remembers me.
Whether you love it or hate it, the revelation of Gossip Girl's identity was a shocker to all. A lot of that is because it doesn't make a ton of sense, but that made it even wilder at the time. Much like fans awaiting the identity of Vey, viewers were just dying to know who the infamous New York City blogger was. And in the series finale, we learned that it was Lonely Boy himself, Dan Humphrey.
We read while we were waiting. You have a lot of explaining to do.
Dan started Gossip Girl as a way to write himself into the narrative of the Upper East Siders, and more specifically, to try and get Serena to date him. Well, he definitely succeeded on both accounts. Kudos, Dan. XOXO.
So I guess that means it's all over now. That we can all grow up and move on.
Yeah. Gossip Girl's dead.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
The atmosphere crackles like static.